Hey, RailShotters! I know it's been a while. I know there hasn't been any posts recently in the past few months or so, but I want to give you one big, crazy update, commencement video, if you will, for a full release of RailShot that I'm going to talk about in this video. But if you don't know what RailShot is, let me give you a brief description that we've written down. RailShot is a retro 2D shooter in which you play as a reformed outlaw protecting the Sisyphus, an ever-moving train in a fantastical Wild West setting. The game combines the iconic cinematic elements of classic spaghetti westerns such as Django or The Good, Bad, and Ugly, with fast-paced, action-loaded run-and-gun gameplay with a dynamic environment that tests your resourcefulness. You defend the train from threatening outlaws using the wide array of items and weapons on there, and face off against the sins of your past. So, with that out of the way, so what I've done so far on here, especially on the Instagram, was part of my senior project for high school. I had to write bibliographies about what I was doing, present my project to teachers and judges, work with a mentor. Shout out to Mrs. Marissa Stevens. And I had to showcase it to students and teachers at my school so I could get the distinguished nomination, which I successfully did. So I just want to say a quick thank you to my mentor, Marissa Stevens, Miss Cook, and Miss Dix, who both were great teachers, and to the judges who decided that I was good enough in my marketing to go for distinguished. So thanks to them. With all that out of the way, let me give you some insight for future RailShot. May, we posted the prototype version of RailShot, which most of you have seen, where we tested basic mechanics, getting feedback whenever we could, and thank you for the feedback and also to the support. It's been overwhelming, really. But now that was just a test of what we are really ramping up towards, what we're preparing for. Right now, we kind of already started already. We are in the planning stage for a full release version of RailShot that will be available on Steam with controller support, because that's something that a lot of you brought up before. It will have a full story going into our nameless outlaw's journey on the rails, as well as going into his dark past. The art's going to be more in-depth, custom soundtrack for the game, reworked combat mechanics, and movement to make the game feel satisfying to play, like as if you were in a spaghetti western yourself. So going forward from now, I will be giving weekly updates on social media platforms like I've done in the past, such as Instagram, Twitter/X. If you want to closely follow the game and give your input yourself, we have a Discord server, which I will link either below or have on here. You can join the Discord server there. If you want to support us further, we have a Patreon where you can be more involved in the development process and even have your name credited in upcoming videos, or even in the credits of the game yourself. So, let me go over some frequently asked questions that you guys gave us through Discord or Instagram, or maybe in person. First question: how much will the game cost? The price point we are currently aiming for is $9, but it will be free for our conductor tier Patreon members. So that's another reason to go on there. When merch? Yes, that is the question that was asked. Just when merch? So I know we've kind of teased it before, but we will likely start merch when we begin to make enough money off the game to cover the costs of the merchandise manufacturing, pretty much. We already have a lot of designs in mind, but expect merch to be available at or after like the first early release game, game launch, I would say. Or if the Patreon membership gets enough support. So that's, another reason to go for that. Will the game continue to update even after the release? So right now, for the foreseeable future, I plan to release the story in parts. But after the story is finished, further updates depend really on success and profit from the game. If it does well, we will consider doing multiplayer. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe a DLC, who knows? Depends on what people think, obviously. But I think right now we're just going to worry on making a good base game for now. will the game be controllers compatible at some point? As I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to restate it now. It will have controller support for the first release of the game, given that it's a 2D run in the gun style game. So controller people be looking forward to that. If you have any more questions, just comment below or come over to the Discord server and ask us. We will be really happy to help you with any questions you have. I'm pretty excited for what's going to come. We just can't wait for you guys to really ride alongside us with our development process. And trust me, we're determined to finish the epic of RAILSHOT.